What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning Bootstrap step by step. My name is QD Asdani and you guys watching Koraya Wood, my channel. Alright, so in the previous video we have seen different columns, and we have seen this column MD, LG and XL, XXL. So in this video we're gonna see the knowledge that we have already learned about the columns, and we're gonna create our row of products. Alright, so in this row we have a column, and our column is XL. So what we do is that we're going to remove this one. We're going to remove the first and second, and we're going to remove this row as well. So what we're going to left is we're going to use the second row, and as you guys can see, this one's got a one col, and we're going to just leave it col. This is 3 col because we want 4 col, and we're gonna put one more col here. So div class col. I'm gonna copy because I want to bring 4 columns, and we're gonna put a col 4. Alright, so and in order for our device to show off all the cols, we're going to put a row, and after the row we put a row cols 1. As you guys can see, it's a cols 1, cols 2, and we're going to put a row cols 4 because we want 4 columns in our row. And you guys can see like our columns sitting here side by side nicely, no problem. Alright, so the next step is we're gonna copy this one, and we're gonna get rid of this one, and we put our good old friend card. We put a class card. I don't know if I want to do text center, but I'm gonna do class div class card header, and here I'm gonna put a div class card body, and here I'm gonna put a div class card footer, Alright, so now my cards got a class header, class body, and class footer. Alright, so that's the skeleton I'm looking for. So what I'll do is that I'm gonna copy this lorem ipsum here, and what I'll do is that I'm gonna get rid of some of this text to make it just short, because I don't want a lot of text in my footer. So what I'll do is that card from top to all the way to here, and you guys can see I'm gonna copy that, and we can bring it down inside our col. Make sure you guys put inside your col because we're looking for 4 columns, and you guys can put this one as well, col 3, and we're gonna put in col 4 as well. Alright, so it's col 4, it's a col 3, and we go on top, we make it col 1, and we didn't put our col footer. Yeah, col 1. Okay, that's col 2, and that's col 1. That's fine. Alright, so we go ahead and check our card, and you guys can see our card is ready. And what's the plan is that we put our card, we put our product header here, we put our photo here, and we put the description here. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so what we're gonna do in this one is we're gonna copy our card shadow, because we want a shadow on our cards. Card shadow, card shadow, and card shadow, because we want our card to give shadow. And you guys can see here beside it our cards got some shadow here. So inside our header we're gonna create our IMG. So we put IMG asset, and that's IMG, and that's lotus.jpg, and we put a class, and our class is gonna be card IMG top, card IMG top. All right, so the first one is column calls for, and we have a call here, and we put a card shadow, card header. Inside header we're gonna put our image. So our first column showing, and we can see that our photo is sitting here nicely, and that's our card body. So what we do is that we get rid of this card body, and here at the card footer we're gonna put a card footer, and our border top we're gonna put a border primary border top, and on the border top we put a border gray, and on the border gray is a 300, and we put a P4. All right, and you guys can see that our photo is sitting here nicely with this one, and that's what's gonna be our product one. So inside this product one we're gonna put a nice header, and because we're gonna put a product here, in the next video we're gonna download some photos as well. So we put a H3 or say H5. Alright, so if you guys look at the Amazon, when we go on the picture, it's like it's got A, and when we come here it's got an A as well. It means there is a anchor text here, there is a link here. So when we go on here, the links starts, see this hand, there is a link here. So what we do here is that we're going to put some sort of product name, and here we're going to put a product name, one sec, and we're going to make it H5. We put a stylish, say put a watch, and in here we're going to copy this, and that's what our text going to be. And inside here we gonna put lorem ipsum, and in here we put our P class. We put a FW light, and we put a text gray because we want to put the color gray, and we put MT2. As you guys can see, this is gonna come in as our product, and it's gonna come in our product description. What's the description of our product? And in here after the P, you guys can put a div class, and after the deflex MT3, deflex MT2 MT3. Alright, so we're gonna put a 5-star here, and how we're gonna put a 5-star? With the help of a span class, because span is gonna put a everything is beside each other, and we put a class. And as we already learned, FAS for font awesome solid, and FA star, we put a FA star, and after that we put a text warning, and that's for the color, and ME1, and we're going to see that how it looks. And you guys see we've got a 1 star, so we're going to repeat this 5 times to make it 5 star. And the span means if you guys putting something beside each other, so that's a second, that's a third, that's a fourth, and that's a fifth. And you guys look at here, it looks awesome, 5 stars, and you guys see there's a 5 star here underneath. That's our star rating, the customer review. And after that we're gonna put a span again, and beside the span we put a review of say 3 no, 3.5 is too low. We put a say 5 star review, for example. Our 4.3, for example. That's our review. And for the span we put a class, and that's going to be badge, 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 and it's going to be BG primary, VG primary. You guys can do success, you guys can do any other color, MS2. Normally reviews come in as a primary, as a, and you guys can see there is a 4.3. that's our rating. After the rating you guys can put another one after this div, that's Difflex MT3, and after the MT3 you guys can put div another class, and the class could be Difflex again, and we're going to justify content between. And we put align item center, and after that we put MT3, and after that we put a span, and inside the span we put a class. Now we put a price. Actually you guys can do this one success, or you guys can do any other color. You don't have to do primary, you guys can do success, no worries. Alright, so because we want to put our price, and our price is going to be first to whatever currency, RS, dollar, whatever, and we're going to put a say $500, and that spend's going to be, so say we put a say we put a H6, and we put a text gray, or you guys can put any other text. You don't have to put a gray, so you could put a green, you can put a blue. We see, and that's how our pricing is gonna look. Okay, so you guys can put a gray looks, because the rest of our card is gray. We put a MB0. Let's see how it looks, and that's how it's gonna look in here. And after that, here we're gonna put a, and after A we're gonna put a hash here, and we put our class BTN because we want to put a btn, we put a btn success, and the size is going to be btn xs, btn extra small, and in here we put a span, and inside the span we put an add to cart. Alright, so inside the span we put a class, and our class gonna be FAS font awesome solid, and FA cart plus, FA cart plus that we used before, and ME2. Alright, so that's how our product's gonna look like. And if you guys gonna look, it's add to cart, and you see that our review is gonna be 4.3, and it's gonna be, the price gonna be 500. So that's how the product's gonna look. There is and you guys can put anything on top here as well, so any writing or anything, but in my case I'm gonna put it here, and if you want to put it, you guys can put it in between as well. So you guys can do that card text center. Say if I put a success, if I put a say primary, and I'm going to see what the primary is going to look like, and that's how the primary is going to look like, add to cart. And once the user is going to click this one, it's going to go to the next page, it's going to go to the cart. Alright guys, so this is done, our first product is done. So what we do is that we're gonna put our divs in order so it looks clean. And on the second call, what I'll do, that I'll copy this one from call, from this call all the way here, and I'm gonna copy paste it here in the second call. And I want to see second call, and you guys see that the second call is exactly sitting with the first call. Alright, that's it for this video guys, and I'll see you in the next video, and bye.